Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. What's up, you guys? It's Jonno. Welcome to the stream. Check out my shiny Cinderace back there sleeping. Welcome to the stream, shiny Cinderace 2. Gotta love it. All right, welcome you guys. Let's get it started here. We'll dive into my boxes and actually set up a hatching party. Yes, indeed we will. All right, here we go. Time to start hatching. Let's go see what's on the map as well. We'll see. Hey, I told you with the gift membership. Let's go. Thank you. I told you. Congratulations to Stupid Robot Productions. I would hope that the robot is stupid, because otherwise, if it's a smart robot, then, you know, probably won't be satisfied just doing productions, and it will probably, you know, go on a murderous rampage and try to take over the world. Obviously. So let's go ahead and keep the robot stupid for now. I think we can call that a safe bet. And then maybe at some point in the future, we can, I don't know, maybe we'll test out some smart robot features. You know what I mean? I don't want the robots to be too smart now. I'm serious. You think I'm joking, but... Okay, there's really not a lot of outbreaks today. Are you guys seeing this? No outbreak in the snow area. Is that weird? I am such a Gen 1-er. Why does a blue Venomoth just sound so perfect to me? Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Maybe the robot is saying the productions are stupid. No, I don't know about that. Wouldn't there be a comma? I feel like there'd be a comma. Alright, let's get it started. Do I really want to hunt for a blue Venomoth? That just sounds so dumb. I don't know, I might do it anyway though, because honestly that blue Venomoth looks sick. It does sound kind of dumb though when you say it out loud, doesn't it? A Venomoth, really? Yeah. That's really what you're gonna do with your time? Yeah. You got a problem with that? It is a great shiny. It is, Azure. It is. When I say it out loud, it sounds dumb. But when you actually see the shiny, I know you will agree. That is an A tier shiny, if not an S tier shiny. Okay, now riddle me this, Batman. Where the heck are all the Venomoths? Do they have some kind of weird, like, spawn time? Hold on, are they not spawning because it's raining? Are they not spawning because of the time of day? I don't know. Let's just hang out here until they spawn. People are so rude to bug types. It's true, though. It's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Be nice to the bug types. Whoa, why is my game like freezing out badly? Anytime my game lags out, I just always save it because you just never know. Oh my goodness, you guys. This happened to me the other day. My game lagged out like really weird bad. It just lagged out like so bad. And like it just froze. Like my game literally just froze. I was coming up over this hill and then my game froze. And I was like, huh, that's weird. Never had that happen before, you know. And then like it froze for a solid like 10 seconds. Not even kidding. Totally froze. It's because you're in a lag tree thicket. Dude, I believe it. I haven't spent much time in here, but I heard it lags a lot. We'll call it Sir Lags a lot. Okay, so game freezes, just totally freezes. I was coming up over a hill, game freezes, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna crash now. watch it crash. And then it didn't crash. So I was like, what's going on? This is weird. Well, as it turns out, I go to the home screen. And then I go to the home screen, click on the home button just like this, go to the home screen, come back into the game, wait a few more seconds, and then the game unfreezes. Never had that happen before. I wish I would have got it on video. Never had that happen before, ever. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, that was a weird one. Dude, how would you actually tell if this little tiny Pokemon is shiny? I swear. How would you know? I guess you just have to memorize every form. Or I guess maybe know which forms you could reasonably expect in a certain area and then memorize those ones? I don't know, that's tough. Yeah, they need to make an actual console to do Pokemon justice. It's so true. It's so true. You see, Nintendo's in quite a pickle when it comes to that. Because let's say they were to allow Pokemon to be released on other consoles other than Nintendo consoles. Like, let's say that they were to allow PS5 to license Pokemon and allow Pokemon to be on PS5. Let's say they were to do that. Well, then naturally Pokemon would run better on PS5, and Nintendo would be embarrassed that the game runs better on a console than it runs on their handheld, you know? So they can't do that. It'll be too embarrassing for themselves. But you'd think that the money in sales would make it worth it, because obviously they would sell a lot of copies if it was on different consoles than just Nintendo. But too much embarrassment. When the game actually runs like crystal smooth, perfectly smooth. That's my theory anyway. Okay, I'm pretty sure what we can expect here is the Venomoths to spawn like in the evening or at night or something like that. I'm guessing. I bet it's a time of day thing. What do you guys think? They just need to update the hardware in the Switch. Well, yeah, that's true. Like a Switch Pro. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd buy it. We were talking about this the other night. You know, like, why did they make a Nintendo Switch Lite instead of making a Nintendo Switch Pro? Think about that. It's actually super obvious when you think about it. Right? There's more people who would buy a cheaper Nintendo Switch than there are people who would buy a more expensive Nintendo Switch. So there's no point to release a Nintendo Switch Pro if you already know that what people really want is a Nintendo Switch Lite. You know, not everybody wants a Pro. I would be down with a Pro. But I mean, the answer is fairly obvious. Obviously, more people would buy a cheaper Switch than a more expensive Switch. If you gave them the choice, you can have a cheaper Switch, more expensive Switch. Only slightly different hardware. People say, well, of course, give me the cheaper one. Alas, will we ever get a Nintendo Switch Pro? No. Seems like we won't. At this point, it's been years. Seems like we won't. We would have already got it by now. So then what can we hope for? Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, you know what they'll call it? Nintendo Swatch. Named after those Swiss watches that used to be really popular in the 90s and early 2000s. Nintendo Swatch. It's actually the stupidest joke, but if you get it, it's kind of funny. Okay, so what I'm not seeing here is Venomoth. Are we wasting our time? I know, I still don't get how they made the light. I mean, again, it's so obvious when you actually think about it. Do people want a less expensive Switch to buy for their kids, knowing full well that they're just gonna break it because there's no acceptable case created for it, and you're probably just gonna have to buy them another one like 5 days after Christmas when they drop it? Or do you want to buy them a more expensive Switch that you know they're going to drop and break and you will have to replace? I mean, the question is painfully simple when you just break it down to price. I know the light is terrible. I agree. Stupid Robot Productions. I totally agree with you. The light is a terrible device. No person should ever buy it. It's only slightly more expensive to get a regular Nintendo Switch, and you get so many feature upgrades. Like being able to dock it and put it on your television. But, I mean, I guarantee there's people out there watching this stream right now who own a light, and they probably love it. And they probably love the price point. It was cheaper, you know? But if there was a Nintendo Switch Pro, and I polled my audience and said, how many of you have a Nintendo Switch Pro? Probably most people would say I don't have one. Probably like less than 10% would say I have one. Just like the OLED, the Switch OLED. I mean, how many people have a Switch OLED? I'm guessing it's like very few people watching the stream right now. Wow, did you see the frames on that hatch? This game runs so poorly. It's embarrassing. That is not my stream lagging, you guys, alright? That is the game just literally having no frames. You know, we can't hunt here, you guys. This is a bad idea. We can't hunt here. My game's gonna crash. Nope. No, it's a bad idea. We can't hunt here. Terrible idea. King Nate, you have a OLED? Nice. Yeah, OLED's not worth it if you play docked. Exactly. Yup. The OLED itself is a fantastic feature, not gonna lie. I've been using Samsung phones for a super long time, and they've always had the AMOLED screens, and the OLED itself is great technology. But if you don't play outside in like bright sunlight, you're pretty much not even gonna use it. I mean, yeah, you might notice the colors are a little bit better. I just can't believe, like, the OLED is such a weird device. I feel like the only reason they even did the OLED is because they probably did some kind of like hardware, like before COVID and everything. I don't know, they probably made some deal with whoever makes OLED, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna put OLED on the Switch, on our Switch Pro. And then they canceled the Switch Pro, and then they're like, well, we still have this contractual obligation to release a device that has OLED, so let's just do like the bare minimum product we can possibly slap together with an OLED screen and do the launch, so we don't have to like go through the lawyers to cancel our contracts. And let's just, because it's like, why did they make that device? Like, why does that device exist? It should have been a Switch Pro with like hardware upgrades, and like the only hardware upgrade on the OLED for all intents and purposes is the quality of the screen. There's no, well, that was weird. There's basically nothing else. Like, it's not anything really special. And I just feel like that device was supposed to be a Switch Pro, and they canceled it for like some internal reason. I don't think the OLED had a, yeah, I don't think the OLED had, I mean, it can't, you may feel like it runs faster, but like, You also said you never use it and it stays in your room all the time. But no, I mean it has the exact same hardware, so it's not possible for it to actually run faster. But I don't know. I mean, I don't have an OLED, so I can't speak to the experience. But I mean, the reason I didn't get an OLED is because it had all the same hardware. I remember it had like one little tiny upgrade that had to do with the kickstand or like something. It had some weird upgrade that was like, why did you even bother? But the whole console itself is like, why did you even bother? Like, this should have been a Switch Pro. Why isn't it a Switch Pro? It's weird. So honestly, that whole project was a strange one to me. When they announced it and then I read the specs and realized it had nothing different on the inside, I was like, wait, why did you actually bother to create this? Yeah, it's kind of like when Apple releases a new phone but releases an S version until the next 10. Yeah, until the next like number is announced. Yeah, I know what you mean. My friend has an OLED and it's exactly the same as my year-old normal Switch. Well, yeah, I mean, it is exactly the same as your Switch. There's literally only one difference, and it's the OLED screen. That's the only difference. But yeah, I mean, maybe it runs better for him, you know? Maybe it runs better for King Nate. Maybe that's his experience. I'm not gonna discount his experience because I've never used the console. But yeah, there's no reason it should run any better. But yeah, the graphics should be better, for sure. I've always wondered if I bought a newer Switch if games would run better on it, because I have one of the early ones. Not the earliest, but one of the early ones, like from like 2018. But yeah, at this point, it's a tale as old as time. The debate has gone on in the Nintendo Switch community for ages. Will they or won't they make us a Nintendo Switch Pro? Some people want it, some people don't care at all. I've got one of the expensive Switches when they were really hard to get. Oh, Azure, no. That was rough when they were hard to get. I remember that, like during the pandemic when everybody was home and there was like a run on Switches. Yeah, I remember that. I told you, your box is full? Hang on, your Pokemon boxes are full? Bro, there's like 32 boxes. How could you fill that many boxes? Bro, you gotta empty your eggs out one at a time like I'm doing. I'm telling you. If you don't clear out your Pokemon right when you hatch them, you're setting yourself up for a nightmare later down the road. A totally unavoidable nightmare. And the nightmare is you sitting there transferring Pokemon for 2 hours trying to clear out your boxes when you could have just taken 10 seconds to clear them out at the time that you hatched them. I'm telling you guys, don't put yourself in that situation. You can see how fast it is for me to clear my eggs right when I hatch them. It just takes like 10 seconds. Just clear them out right when you hatch them. I don't know. Somebody should time it. It might even be less than 10 seconds. But once you got to do like 200 of them, that's when it really adds up. Yeah, you got clean as you go mentality. Exactly, Austin. It's like people who wash dishes while they're cooking. I'm one of those people. As soon as I'm done with the dish, I go wash it, put it on the drying rack. Not like I cook that much, but it's just the way you gotta do it. Yeah, with the eggs, you don't have to have a counter. You can just go back and count how many you hatch. That's true. I mean, I guess if you keep them all in your... I transfer them immediately, so... I can't really count them afterwards, but I can count how much empty space I have in my box. Because, like, all these were full of eggs, so, you know, I can count them that way, just based off the empties. How to tell if someone's Pokemon are hacked in a game? There's no way to tell. You can only make an educated guess. The only way you could tell is if you saw them hack it yourself. If they had a Pokemon that was in a Pokeball that it couldn't be in, like a Pokemon that came in a Cherish Ball, but that Pokemon hasn't been given away during an event, so you know it can't be in a Cherish Ball. Sometimes people have Pokemon that are like holding a Master Ball and they have all perfect IVs and they're like particularly beefed up with like perfect everything on them and they just seem too good to be true. And sometimes those ones you can guess they're hacked, but you just don't know. Do you ever watch YouTube or Netflix on your Switch? No, I don't. I watch YouTube on my TV because it has an app built in for YouTube, so... And that runs a lot better than my Switch runs. So... No, I never done that. Yeah, hopefully the stream isn't freezing them all. Although the game itself is running kind of bad, but... Yeah, hopefully it's not freezing for everybody. But yeah, it's really hard to tell if Pokemon are hacked, and that's why I pretty much don't trade anybody. Like 90% of the time, I just don't trade anybody. Unless I'm trying to give away a shiny Pokemon or, you know, something like that. But I'm just not interested in getting hacked Pokemon. Do they still have Pokerus? I told you, good question. I have not seen it in this game, but I also haven't like thought about it or heard about it either, so I feel like there's no Pokerus in this game. Is there though, you guys? I feel like there's no Pokerus, but I just don't remember. For those of you who don't know, Pokerus is a virus that your Pokemon can get. It comes from a previous Pokemon game. It was in Pokemon Sword and Shield. In case you didn't know, Pokerus was in Sword and Shield. If you put a Pokemon with Pokerus into a box with other Pokemon, it will slowly give them all Pokerus. And I believe Pokerus just makes their IVs grow quicker by increasing their effort levels. All previous games had it. I don't know about all previous games. It wasn't in Pokemon Blue when I played. I don't know about all previous games. Because I never played a single Pokemon game that had Pokerus until I played Sword and Shield. It definitely wasn't in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. It definitely wasn't in Pokemon Go. I mean, I've never played a game that had it until Sword and Shield had it. Yeah, it's in Sword and Shield. Yeah, stupid robot production. It'd be hard to know that you even have it. It's rare. The only way you know is if it's got like a little mark on it. But yeah, I'd never played a game with Pokerus before, so it was new to me. And I played a lot of Pokemon games. They definitely didn't have it in Magikarp Jump. Magikarp! Jump! Yeah, it had a sad face on the stats. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of looks like a sad face. Yeah, that's right. It's like a little purple sad face on there. Yeah, Magikarp Jump was a fun game. It was. Apparently, Pokemon Let's Go is considered a main series game, even though I don't consider it a main series game. I consider it a spin-off. But apparently... I mean, I guess it makes sense. Because there was battling and all that stuff. And it's basically a remake of just Gen 1. With like a few additions. But I never thought of it as a main series game. Like, I wouldn't think of Diamond and Pearl as a main series game. Or, you know, what do you call it? Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I wouldn't think of those as main series games either. Even though the gameplay is nearly identical, even down to like where the items are hidden on the ground and things like that. It's really just like a reskin if you think about it. Although not technically, since I'm sure they had to write all new code for it. But yeah. I know, if Let's Go is main series, then so is Pokemon Go. I don't know, that's a stretch. I mean, Let's Go did follow Kanto storyline, like, to the T. Just in updated graphics. But still, I just never thought of it as a main series game. I don't think there was competitive. I mean, to me, it's main series if it has, like, a world championship competitive thing going on. Although, maybe they did have some ranked. Were there ranked battles at any point in Let's Go? Because I feel like ranked battles is really the, like, what makes you a main series game. And, like, a world championship. But I don't know if they did anything like that for Let's Go. Imagine finding Entei. That would be nice. Imagine finding shiny Entei. Yeah, it's true. Let's Go had 2 versions like all main series games. That's actually a good point. See, Arceus I definitely think of as a spin-off. Arceus makes no sense as a main series game. Because it doesn't have a ranked battle system. Doesn't have any battle system that I'm aware of. It never had a world championship, of course. Yeah, I could see Let's Go being a main series game fine. I mean, doesn't that mean that Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond are main series games too then? I mean, by that logic. But Legends Arceus, I mean, that totally feels like a spin-off. That's crazy. They consider it to be a main series game. Yeah, a main series remake. I guess that makes sense. PokeGeek. But how does that stack up for Legends? I guess in that case, does it come down to the lore? Because Legends is advancing the lore of the Pokemon universe. Hey, I told you. Thank you. Another gift membership. Nick Gnosis got a free gift membership. Nice. Yeah, main series games are the ones with new Pokemon. Actually, that's a good point, Azur. That's a really good point. That's actually a simple way to think about it that actually makes sense. And if you think about it, Let's Go did have new Pokemon. It had Meltan and Melmetal. So, you know, it did have new Pokemon. Yeah, I have trouble thinking of Arceus as a main series game. But it did have new Pokemon, that's fact. It did have a new region. And if you think about it, it had new Pokemon plus a new region. Obviously, Let's Go was a remake, so it gets automatically, you know, it's automatically a main series game. But yeah, new region. New Pokemon. And also it advances the lore, and I think that's probably one of the more important things. Because like Pokemon Snap doesn't necessarily advance the lore of the Pokemon universe that much. It's kind of relying on the existing lore. And same thing with like DX and a bunch of the other games. Pokemon Quest, things like that. They're not exactly like growing the lore, but Legends Arceus definitely grows the lore in a major way. So I guess I could see how that would make it a main series game too. All I gotta say is they better continue that series. I want to see Legends Mewtwo. I want to see Legends Rayquaza. I want to see Legends Mew. I want to see Legends Lugia. Now, I wonder if they were to do Legends for like the legendary birds or Legends for the legendary dogs or something like that. Would they do all three of them in one game? Like they wouldn't do a Legends Entei, right? It'd have to be like Legends, I don't know, Doge game or something like that. Hey, shout out to Anthony. Thank you for watching, Anthony. Really appreciate it. And don't forget Legends Bidoof, of course, of course. Who could forget? I'm so glad that Bidoof was in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I see you got Shiny Lechonk. What? I got Shiny Lechonk a really long time ago. Shiny Lechonk was the first shiny I got in the game. As promised. As promised. I did promise I would get that. Good evening, Turtle Duck. Good to see you. Yeah, Rayquaza, absolutely. 3-in-1 would also be sick. Yeah, Boogers, I think it'd be the way to do it, because you couldn't just do Legends Zapdos. I mean, I guess if they did like a triple release, like Pokemon Legends Moltres, Pokemon Legends Zapdos, and Pokemon Legends Articuno, all released 3 different games, $60 each. All of them released on the same day, with exclusive Pokemon that can only be obtained in each game. Oh man, they can charge us anything, can't they? I mean, if it was 3 games worth of content, I would pay the $60. Yeah, Pokemon Legends Zap Multicuno. Exactly, Roblox battles, exactly. You know, I always said that there should be a story in Pokemon Go. It shouldn't just be like an open-ended like journey to nowhere. They should do a story, and there should be some kind of single player experience, you know, that's completable. I always said that. I eventually stopped saying it because nobody cared and nobody understood what I was saying anyway. But I mean, there should be some kind of a story. You should be able to do NPC trainer battles just like in a regular Pokemon game. There's like so much missing from that game. It's actually hilarious. And they finally added some of it later, like the NPC trainer battles and stuff like that, but it's like, okay, 5 years later, you finally decide to put basic stuff on the map. Alright, hatching eggs in this area is a lot safer. My game was about to crash in the Tanglewood Thicket or whatever that place was called. I'm not trying to watch my game crash and lose all my progress. Got 211 eggs to hatch for Shiny Eevee. Nice. I got about 6 boxes of eggs. I think that's like 180 or something. We'll see if we can get through all of them tonight. I'm staying pretty focused. Are these things ever gonna hatch? Oh, there we go. Niantic terminated my account after being hacked. I don't know what they did to my account, but I managed to get it back and just ended up terminating my account without giving me a chance. Oh no, Anthony. That's a bummer. Yeah, they terminated my account too. Oh. What do we have here? Come on, you shiny. Not today. Can you trade eggs? Yeah, I've never done it, but I believe you can. Oh yeah, Legends Hoopa. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know anything about a bunch of those Pokemon, so it'd be cool for me. Like, I learned so much about Arceus. I learned so much about Arceus from playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. I didn't know a single thing about Arceus before I played Pokemon Legends Arceus. Amal, until they make a second game, there's really no basis for precedent. In fact, I would argue that the odds are extremely in favor of them doing a Legendary next. Just to show that the series has a broad scope. And they're not just going to do mythical Pokemon, you know? I would think that next they'll go... Like, obviously Arceus is like the coolest Pokemon. It's the best of all the best. It's a god among Pokemon. So then what are they going to do after that? They'll go to the next coolest Pokemon. You know? And the next coolest Pokemon is Rayquaza. Everybody knows it. So I feel like the most likely that they'll do next is Pokemon Legends Rayquaza. Because you know the sales would be buku. Like, And of course, they want to make the game that's going to sell the most copies. So, but you know, they always do cater to us Cantonians as well. We get catered to more than any other generation. So I feel like there is a decent chance that they could do Pokemon Legends Mewtwo. But I agree with you. There's a strong chance that they will keep it a mythical only series. But at this point, we have no precedent for that. We don't know what they're doing. We're just in the dark looking in, unless somebody knows something I don't, which is entirely possible. But yeah, they've only made one game in the series, so there's no opportunity to say this is a precedent for what's to come, because Arceus is top of the tops. Obviously, they got to go with the best Pokemon if they're gonna start a new series. But yeah. Oh, Victini would be cool. Yeah, Victini would be cool. Well, one thing to consider is that they really tied in the Arceus launch with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Right? So they'll probably do a similar tie-in with a remake game and a Legends game that sort of, you know, play off of each other. So yeah. If that Pokemon is Victini, then I think you're right. Yeah. Because I definitely think they'll go in order for the remakes like they have been. I don't know, I guess they haven't been, because Let's Go was Kanto, which was a bit out of order. But they had special reasons for doing Let's Go. Let's Go kind of bucked the trend, because Kanto wasn't in line for a remake. And I think that made a lot of people mad. But I love Kanto. I was happy to go back to Kanto. I was more than happy to go back to Kanto. Legends Cyclizar, yes! Yes, let us have it. My aunt is calling me, but I can't take her call. Legends Whitney's Miltank. Egg power is required for shiny hunting? No, it's not. It just helps you hatch the eggs faster. I've only got egg power level 2. If you needed egg power for shiny hunting, it would be egg power level 3. But no, it just helps you hatch the eggs faster. I don't know if you noticed, but they're hatching faster. Legends Hop Sobble. I don't think Hop picks Sobble in every game. I think it depends on what Pokemon you pick as your starter, right? Pretty sure. Is she feeling better? Yes, she's feeling better. She's out of the hospital. I can never tell if it's like the one with her. The one where she finally kicks the bucket, because sometimes she's in real bad shape and we're like, oh no, this is the one. Are we gonna have to go visit? But I can never tell. She's always in and out of the hospital. It's pretty regular for her at this point. So yeah, she's doing better. She sounded 100% A-okay last time I talked to her. I'm sure she is not gonna kick the bucket, not this time. But yeah, I was worried about her the other day when I was streaming and I took her call. I took the call because I was like, dude, what if this is the last chance you ever get to talk to her, you know? But yeah, she's good. She gonna live. She's gonna live another day. My poor auntie, she's always sick. And not just a little, she's always really sick. Yo, there's like a film over the screen. There was like a film over the screen. Did you guys see that? What was that? This kid is slurping down his coffee right next to me. Do you see that, kid? It'll stunt your growth, kid. This kid has got like a triple shot latte. Fully caffeinated. He's gonna be 3'5" tall the rest of his life. Kid, don't you know it'll stunt your growth? He's been drinking that same coffee for the last 6 months while I've been playing Paldea. Oh my goodness. My auntie. Maybe that's why I'm short. I told you, did you drink a bunch of coffee when you were a little kid? I know, he's chugging that coffee. Seriously. Shout out to Chimeco Kid. You're 9 years old and you drink coffee? Alright, be careful. I don't know if it'll really stunt your growth. It's just people say that a lot. I don't know if it's true. Somebody should Google it. Here, I'll Google it. Will coffee really stunt your growth? Google suggested it. There is no scientifically valid evidence to suggest that coffee can stunt a person's growth. There we go, from harvard.edu. Okay, so there we go. You'll be fine. But just because they haven't done the research doesn't mean it's not true. Nobody decided to spend their PhD researching whether or not it will. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if people have done the research or not. I don't know. To be determined. That's funny though. It's funny how many people say that, including me, even though I'm only half joking. But apparently there's no scientific evidence. I guess I should stop saying it. Yeah, that's right. You can go hyper. You can go hyper. That's right. That's right. About to fight Gita on Pokemon Scarlet? Nice, Anthony. Good luck. I didn't have any trouble with any of the gym leaders personally. I thought they were way too easy. Fake news? That's right. That's right. A verified case of fake news. Although I don't know if something that people have been saying for like 100 years counts as news. But it's fake something, that's for sure. Gita is the champ. Yeah, I think she was a little more difficult than the gyms, but not by much. And I'm pretty sure your rival is going easy on you like the whole game. Especially by choosing a weak Pokemon. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the eggs do hatch a little bit faster with the sandwich level 2. And if you're going to be hatching a lot of eggs, it does add up over time, so it's worth it to do it. You're doing laps around the pond? Yeah, Turtle Duck, I don't like to encounter any Pokemon. It bugs me, so I like to go to a town that has a loop on it. There's a couple of towns that have good loops, but I don't know, just Los Platos, it's like when you first start the game and you're just kind of like in this little area and you're like, oh man, my adventure is just getting started, you know, what's gonna happen now? So yeah, I don't know, I always end up back in Los Platos for some reason. And it's funny because there's literally no reason to end up here. There's not a single reason to be in Los Platos. I just like this little town for some reason. Don't ask me why, I guess. Yeah, Azure, you switched over to using Egg Power 2 to hatch now. Yeah, I thought about it, you know, logically, and I was like, well, there's really no reason not to. The sandwich is cheap, and even if it's only a like 1/3 amount faster or whatever, you know, it's still that counts, you know, it adds up over time. If I can save myself 10 seconds per egg, that's like a minute I save every round of eggs or something. So I mean, I don't know what the actual math breaks down to, but it does add up. Yeah, the music is nice, I agree. Behind the lab on the beach battle arena. Go in circles. There you go. There's a big circular track in, I believe it's Levincia, where it has all those billboards. Gigantic circular track. I've gotten so used to this spot now that I'm stuck here basically. I could go to Levincia. That's the spot I would go if I was gonna pick a different spot. Levincia for sure, because Levincia has the good music too. In fact, maybe I should go to Levincia. Let's go give it a try. We'll see if we like it. Some of the towns are larger and they kind of like lag a little bit, and I like Los Platos because it's just a simple little town. Let's go to this circle in the middle of Levincia, see how we feel about that. The Levincia music is fire. Golden Gamer, if you need Larvitar, you can just breed Tyranitar down to a Larvitar. Take you approximately, you know, 2 minutes to accomplish that, realistically. So, grab your Ditto, grab your Tyranitar, and make yourself a Larvitar. Easy. Okay, I'm pretty good with this because the music is already hyping me up. Like for Spiel, sub for Fuecoco, and share for Clodsire. Is Spiel in this game? It's not, right? Spiel got some love in Legends Arceus, so they probably didn't add him in this one. I don't think so anyway. I don't remember seeing Walrein. Just go to Mesagoza. There's a path you can go around and around. I wonder how many towns have circular paths that you can just go around and around in. I kind of like looking at the billboards here. Quax Quaval's got his own credit card apparently. Look at this guy. Pay with your Rotom phone. Discover all the ways that you'll go with Quax Quaval. Gonna play some Scarlet tomorrow. There you go. Nice Chevy lady. I like it. I want to get the Quaxquevo card. His credit card looks like it says Digimon on it. I'm not kidding. What's my longest streak to hatch a shiny? I don't do that many egg hunts. So I don't even remember. Maybe Quaxley? I don't know. 600 or 700. It's not even a lot. I know Quaxquevo is flexing his money. He's like, yo, check this out. I got instant checkout. I only had to tap my card. Look, I swear this credit card says Digimon. It looks like it has the Disney logo on it, and it looks like it says Digimon on it. Yeah, I promise you, if you need a Larvitar and you have a Tyranitar, you can make a Larvitar. It's gonna take you less than 5 minutes. I promise you, I wouldn't lie to you. Yo, whatever cereal that is, I'm finna buy it. They're like, yo, you can eat sugary cereal and drink sugary soda pop, and you can buy it all with your Quaxquevo card. Fuecoco loops, I know, right? I think they need to call them Fruity Cocoa loops. And then people will be like, wait, are they fruity or are they chocolate? You just have to buy it and find out, won't you? I've never done Masuda method. It's pretty easy. You just need the foreign Ditto. Go picnic with whatever Pokemon you want to breed to get a shiny. So if you wanted a shiny Larvitar, for example, you could breed Tyranitar, and it'll turn into Larvitar eggs. Yeah, it's fairly easy. It does help if you eat the egg power sandwich, egg power level 2. Speed up your egg gathering process. All right, nice one. Congratulations, Anthony. Defeated Gita. Very nice. Fuecoco loops. Are they fruity or are they chocolatey? Obviously, they need to have both. $510 score bunny eggs. Ooh, Paul. Good luck. Shout out to the Chimeco kid. I like that name. I know, Sprigatito soda. They call it Sprigacola. They call it Sprigatitola. I don't know, what do they call it? How'd you all miss Fuecoco Puffs? We got so stuck on loops we couldn't see what was right in front of our nose. Again, people are gonna wonder, is it fruity or is it chocolate? Fuecoco Puffs. I've gone Fuecoco for Fuecoco Puffs. I've gone loco for Fuecoco Puffs. That's actually perfect. That's it right there. We're done. That's the one. I've gone loco for Fuecoco Puffs. Oh yeah, it's true. Fuecoco is a fire type, so maybe they're like super spicy cereal. How come that's not a thing yet? There's like super spicy sriracha everything, not cereal. I want some like ghost pepper cereal. Somebody needs to make that cereal. That'll be Fuecoco Puffs. Ghost pepper flavored cereal. Okay, that actually needs to be a thing. Somebody please invent that so I can buy it. LaCroix X Pokemon limited edition Sprigatito flavor. Yo, if that's actually what that was, I don't know. How do you guys say it? LaCroix? I call it LaCroix. LaCroix? Nobody says that. Cringe. Mega Talonflame chase a Tatsugiri looks like a National Geographic doc. I'm loco for Fuecoco Puffs. What's my favorite shiny? Probably Dragonair, I would say. LaCroix? Yeah, that actually sounds a little bit better. I think you're right, Amal. Amal, did you Google it? Or do you just know? Are you just so fancy that you already know how to say it? Yeah, LaCroix. That actually sounds, that sounds right. What if Takis made of Fuecoco flavored chips? Then they would earn my money. Because I'd buy that for $1. I'm drinking LaCroix right now. Jack Frost. I kid you not. I kid you not. I was at like a work, like a, oh no, it was at a Pokemon Go barbecue. I was at a Pokemon Go barbecue, and this guy had brought a bunch of LaCroix, and he was like drinking it, and you know they're like brightly colored cans, so they look like a soda that you might want to drink, you know, to like the average person. And somebody was like, oh hey, do you mind if I get one of those? And this guy's like super generous. He's like, yeah, here you go. And they hand this person the LaCroix, and they open it and they take one drink, and they make like the most worst face like ever. And then they just set it down. And then they just left. It was like the rudest thing I ever saw. And I was like, did you literally not know like what LaCroix tastes like before you asked if you could have like their one soda? Like, it's obviously not a Mountain Dew. And like, they just didn't even like care. They were like, this is garbage, I'm out of here. It was so funny. It was so funny. And everybody totally saw what happened. And then a couple of us were just like shaking our heads. And then I think somebody was like, yo, I'll drink it. Even after they already drank it. But yeah, that's how much people don't like LaCroix. All social manners just get abandoned. It tastes that bad. I like it. I mean, I don't have any issues with it. How long do I think it'll take until we get the shiny? I think I'll get it tonight, actually. I have a lot of eggs. As long as I stay focused and hatch them up, I think we'll get it. Now, if we don't get it tonight, that'll be sad. Have to try again. Blueberry milk? Yeah? I'm fine with that. It needs to be Rotom flavored milk. Electric Rotom flavored milk. I don't even know what that would taste like. I think we'll get the shiny tonight. I got a good feeling. Oranberry juice, that would be the best. Why can't the milk be red? They already have red milk. It's strawberry milk. Come on. It's obvious. How come the blueberry is blue? The blackberry is black. But the strawberry isn't called a red berry. Obvious missed opportunity. Clearly it should be the Fuecoco berry. Comes from red cows. Are those the Minecraft cows? You sent the link for spicy cereal? Oh, wow. Amal's out here doing homework on the stream. Doing straight research on the stream. Well, I kind of have to look at this, don't I? What do we got here? Inferno Candy Company. Serial killers. Because cereal? That's just wrong. I wish I had never seen that. That's just wrong on so many levels. I mean, couldn't they just call it Red Hots? Or like something super obvious? They're like, no, serial killers. That's kind of messed up. This is the world we live in. Isn't Red Hots a candy? Yeah, that'd be a super obvious name for a cereal. If they could get away with it. Because it's the old school hot candy that everybody remembers except Gen Z. And when people think cereal, they think candy. So Red Hots, cereal. I'm not saying it's a good idea. It was just the first idea that came to mind. Anything is better than serial killers at this point. Literally anything would be better. Julian, you need a shiny Psyduck? Well, good luck. I hate when Psyduck gets in front of me and I end up killing it. Messes up my chain. Are you playing Pokemon Let's Go, I told you? Or Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl? I'm trying to think of what games have chains. There's no chain in this game. You're playing Violet? Yeah, there's no chain in this game, so that's not a thing. Yeah, 60 knockouts is not a chain. Nope. Common misconception. It's not a chain. You don't have to do them in order. You don't have to do them consecutive. The only thing you need to worry about is your local time going to midnight and despawning the outbreak. That would cause your 60 knockouts to expire, as well as causing the outbreak to expire. But yeah. No chain. 2 chains. Well, we are flying through these eggs, I must say. It's good when you actually stay focused and, like, don't do anything other than hatch eggs. I like being able to shiny hunt 2 for 1, but I feel like I'm getting them hatched faster this way. Because there's a lot of time when you're trying to get the 60 knockouts when you're just standing around. And then you're not hatching at that point. Greninja is trying to get Grimmsnarl for the Dex. I would recommend to just evolve it, honestly. You'll probably spend more time waiting for somebody to trade it to you rather than just go and catch one and evolve it real quick. Because that's not hard to get. You just go to the tag tree thicket and catch little Impidimp and then give it some XP candies and evolve it. Easy. I'm pretty sure. I would trade with you, but you like the color blue, so I can't. That's messed up. Well, it sounds like you need a Breloom to keep you from knocking it out. Breloom with False Swipe and Spore. Oh, man. Come on, can we ever get the shiny one? Yo, what is she doing? She's playing Pokemon Snap. Did you guys see that? Okay, the music here is pretty hype. I'm good with the switch to Levincia. What do you guys think? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like the Union Circle? 0. I don't like it at all. I have no use for it. And I don't like that they require it for certain evolutions. It's a solid 0. No use for it. I knew it was going to be a useless feature before the game even came out, but I was like, I'll wait and reserve my judgment and wait until I actually see it. But yeah, then I actually saw it and I was like, yep, absolutely no use for this for me on my live stream. But that's just me personally. I know I'm never ever going to use it. I know exactly why play with others when you could play alone. Hashtag I'm lonely. Yeah, being lonely is a real psychological issue, you guys. I watched a whole thing on PBS about it. So make sure if you're feeling lonely, you call your friends, check in with them, call your family, check in with them, just to say hi. Right? But yeah, playing video games online with a person, especially if you're not even in a voice chat with that person, I don't know if that's going to cure your loneliness. Definitely check in with friends and family. That's a much more solid idea. That was what they recommended on PBS, so that's my advice to you guys. If you're feeling lonely, it's time to pick up that phone, call friends and family, and don't just send them a Facebook chat. Actually dial their number. I'm telling you, it's not the same thing. All right, there you go. Hey, you always play with people from work. There you go. There you go. Nice little social network you got going there, Shiny Red. That's nice. Yeah, the people I work with definitely don't play any Pokemon. They're too busy making $1 million real estate investments. I say million, but I really mean like 10 million. Hashtag adulting. Yeah, I knew I was never going to use the Union Circle. I'm just not a multiplayer guy. People expect too much from you. I got in multiplayer the other day for the first time ever. It didn't even work. The person that I was supposed to be playing multiplayer with crashed out. Their game crashed or internet crashed or something. And then the other people were in my game, but like we weren't doing anything. I don't know, it was weird. Oh, did you guys see this? Apple is coming out with a virtual reality product. Apple is coming out with some kind of glasses for virtual reality. I wonder if somebody is finally going to do anything worth owning in the virtual reality space. I had some of the other virtual reality hardware, and honestly, it's not worth owning at this point. It's not even like close to being like a decent technology yet, but I'm hoping that, I don't know, somebody brings their A game and actually makes something that's worth having. It's my hope anyway. If Apple getting into this space makes all the other manufacturers up their game and do something more worthwhile, then I like it. Even if I'm not going to buy the Apple product itself, any kind of competition to make the space more competitive and get better products for the end user is good in my book. Because, yeah, I've owned a lot of the virtual reality hardware that's been available so far, and so far, they're pretty bad. Although I did think Five Nights at Freddy's was done pretty well. That game in virtual reality is so scary. So scary. And that game is technically not even that scary. But when you're in VR, and they hit you with that jump scare, oh my goodness. In VR, that game goes from like 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds. I actually wanted to play more. I did a video on it, and that video was very good. And then the next time I tried to record a video on it to continue my progress, I experienced technical difficulties. And then the next time I tried to, and it was something wrong with my headset, like it wasn't functioning correctly. There was like a software issue with it. And then I tried to play again like way later, and then we just gave up. But yeah, I have a Venomoth outbreak. Oh, a mall. If you want a blue Venomoth, it is a really good shiny. It's one of the really good blue shinies. It's like a shiny you wouldn't think about that much, but it's really good. The Levincia music is a big improvement on the stream, I gotta say. Yeah, if you guys want to see a funny video, look up my Five Nights at Freddy's virtual reality video. That video was good. That was a real banger. I tried to make the next episode, and technical difficulties got the best of me. And I'm serious, you guys. Recording in VR is one of the most technically complicated things I ever did on my channel. I also did a Minecraft video in VR. It was like, I think I called it, I spent a full day in Minecraft VR or something like that. That was a fun one. I had a couple of VR videos and then I basically gave up. Yeah, Shiny Red, I miss playing Minecraft too. Do you use Stream VR? I did use Stream VR a little bit, or sorry, Steam VR. But it was on my Oculus Rift S, and it didn't port over very well. And the game I was trying to play didn't port over very well either. So I ended up not being able to play because there was something about the game wouldn't work with my controllers or something like that. I checked my speed test and also restarted my phone, still freezing. Oh, bummer, Emil. Did you take it down to like 144p? Yeah, the game gets even scarier the more you progress. I believe it. I mean, I only got to like the first level. I didn't get very far at all. And I wanted to find all the hidden Easter eggs and stuff like that. Like, I was really going to go to town and make a bunch of content. And I was actually, at that point, I was thinking I would convert my channel over to a VR channel. And I'm telling you, like, those technical difficulties were so bad. And I would have loved to do more VR on my channel. I really would have. But I just had such bad technical difficulties that I was like, you know what? If every time I sit down to try to make a video, I have to go through this much work, it's just not going to work out. And I'm sure if I would have just stuck with it and and done more, it probably would have been fine, because it wasn't that bad recording the actual video. But there was some kind of actual like software glitch on my headset that was causing the game to just like fall on its face and crash. And I knew it wasn't anything with my setup because I already played the game perfectly fine on my setup, so I knew it could play it. And then eventually there was a software update and it stopped doing it, but it was like so far later that I just wasn't even interested anymore. I want to have a billboard for my YouTube channel. And I want it to look exactly like that. Every time I drive past an empty billboard, I think, I wonder how much that billboard actually costs. You know? And then I think, well, if I was actually going to buy a billboard for my YouTube channel, what would I use for the artwork? And then I'm like, well, I probably can't use Pokemon because they're all trademarked and whatnot. And then I'm like, probably not. What do you guys think about these shoes? I don't know if I would buy these shoes. What do you guys think? Would you? And then one of these ads is like an ad for barbed wire, which it doesn't make any sense at all. Why do they have a billboard for barbed wire? Unless I just like cannot figure out what it is, which is totally possible. I'll show you if it comes back up which one I'm talking about. They make your feet look huge. They look like fake Nikes. At least they don't look like fake Yeezys. Because I might actually throw up. Okay, right here, this one. This is an ad for barbed wire. Isn't it? Like, what is this? He's got like a roll of barbed wire on his, like, on his hip. I don't know. I can't figure out what that one is. $360, no shiny cat. I told you we're about neck and neck. Look, what is this? What is it for? It's definitely some kind of barbed wire. I know it. My kid figured out how to connect to my new Bluetooth speaker I got for Christmas. Dang, isn't that kind of advanced? I mean, you'd have to like actually read the instructions to pair that thing, wouldn't you? Which you won't find me reading the instructions. I'd rather spend 2 hours trying to figure it out on my own. It's a whip. If it's a whip, then what is the hose like wrapper thing that's on his hip? It looks like it wraps up into some kind of a cord, you know? Dude, I swear kids can figure out any technology today. If you've ever watched a 3-year-old use the YouTube app, it's insane. They click on a video and only watch like 5 seconds of it before they've decided if they still want to see that video or not, and then they just move on to the next one like super fast. It's crazy. It's like totally different than how we watch YouTube, I'm sure. Does anyone have a 6IV not shiny Fuecoco? Mac Daddy, you can make yourself a 6IV Pokemon in like 2 seconds. You just need the bottle caps. Also, Fuecoco is a special attacker, so you don't even need the attack IV to be maxed out. Bottle cap. 6 IV Pokemon are a thing of the past. Oh, you guys, I built my Cinderace into a Terra Raid battler, and I got a certain build that I did for it, and I'm pretty happy with the build. It's a Libero build, and I actually came up with a pretty cool build for it because all the build guides online were garbage. It took me so long. I was looking for a build guide for Cinderace, and all it would give me is Slowbro build guides for the 7-star Cinderace raids. And I'm like, dude, that's not what I want. I actually just want, like, to build my Cinderace into a raid battler and see what moveset and held items it should have and all that. I finally found the information I was looking for, which was an actual Cinderace build guide. And it was garbage, of course. So I looked through the move list to see basically what moves it can learn that are like its top end moves. Weirdly, it can learn Gunk Shot, which is a fantastic move. And I don't have any poison Pokemon. And it can also learn Iron Head, which is a really good move. Although it doesn't have the best damage spread, but for a steel physical attack, it's pretty good. So I'm using my Cinderace basically as a poison attacker, a fighting attacker, a fire attacker, and a steel attacker. And because of Libero, it changes its type as soon as I get in the battle and use whichever move I'm going to use. So yeah, I made a really interesting build that's got a lot of different use cases, because it could be a steel type, it could be a fighting type, you know? Yeah, I hate how you can't search up Cinderace and Charizard. Yeah, Greninja, I think I know what you mean, because when you search up those build guides, it just gives you the 7-star guides of, like, the counters for Cinderace and Charizard, and it's like, dude, I don't want counters. I want an actual build guide for the one that I caught to actually use it for something. Yeah, it was frustrating. I couldn't get the information. I finally found like a search that I could actually do that got me the information that I wanted, but it was a very complex search using negative keywords. I had to minus out event and minus out Slowbro, and then I was able to get pretty close to what I was looking for. And then even after I found it, even after I found the Cinderace build guide, it was bad. the information was useless. They suggested to have a Jolly Nature, and I'm like, for Terra raids, I'm pretty sure Jolly Nature is not gonna be very useful for Terra raids. Come on now. You're kidding yourself if you believe that. Speed isn't as important in Terra raids. You want to focus on bulking up your Pokemon as well as your attack, of course. I'm not even on camera anymore. Are you guys seeing this? I'm no longer even on camera. Yeah, staying alive and hitting hard, that's right. Azure knows. Azure taught me everything I know, you guys. Azure, you're the one who should be doing the build guides. But yeah, you guys want to see my... I'm going to do a build guide video on this, but I haven't done it yet. But this is my build. I'm using Choice Band. And it's interesting. It boosts the holder's attack stat, but only allows the use of a single move. But because of the way I've built this Pokemon, it only has one useful move for any situation. So you get locked into using one move, which if they disable that move, you will struggle and knock yourself out, which is the only downside to this build. Because I did have one Pokemon disable my move, and then you won't struggle and knock yourself out unless you select the attack unless you select battle. If you select battle, there's no options to battle, and then it immediately struggles and attacks yourself. Only if your move has been disabled. But you can cheer, and you don't have to worry about that. You could cheer. Just I kept making the mistake of hitting the battle button because I couldn't figure out what was going on until I figured it out. But yeah, changes the Libero ability, changes your Pokemon's type to the type of move it's using, and then you get locked into using that one move because of the choice band. And the choice band does 150% damage. So the Life Orb does 30% damage, which is not as much as the choice band, but you just got to make sure, like, with this particular build, you're committed, like, okay, I'm going to be a fighting type, I'm only going to use a fighting type move. I'm going to be a poison type, I'm only going to use a poison type move. You know, you don't get any choice. But yeah, it does maximize your damage. And of course I did HP and attack because I'm a physical attacker. And of course the adamant nature. But yeah, this was an interesting build. I put the whole thing together by myself. I'll post the video, and then obviously I'll appreciate comments from you guys if you have interesting suggestions for it. I did consider the Life Orb. I definitely did. And I looked up what the choice band does, and I was like, huh, this is interesting. It does more damage. It doesn't remove your health, and all it does is lock you into using one move. But in this particular case, you know, I only want to use the one move. So yeah, I feel like I came up with a pretty good build, you know what I mean? It was my very own build. I'm pretty proud of it. So we'll see. I did consider a few more items. I considered the muscle band. I considered the expert belt. And I am curious if the expert belt does more damage than the choice band. And I'm not sure. I don't know. Mac Daddy, I'm just curious. Why do you want the 6 IV Fuecoco so bad? And if you hyper train the IVs, would it not accomplish the same thing? I legitimately don't know, so that's the only reason I'm asking. I'm just curious. And I mean, I don't think it's very likely anyone's gonna have a 6 IV Fuecoco. Choice items are very strong. That's why they lock you in. Yeah, I was thinking, I didn't do much research into it, but I was thinking this has to be the strongest of all my options. You know, like Muscle Band, I'm guessing doesn't give as much of a boost even as Life Orb, because Muscle Band doesn't, you know, Life Orb deals damage and whatnot. Yeah, Choice Band boosts by 50%, that's right. It boosts it by 50%, which makes your damage 150%. But yeah. The Life Orb boosts it by 30%, and I remember Azure told me about that. But I don't know about the Expert Belt. That's the thing. I wasn't sure if the Expert Belt might potentially give more than the 50% boost. But I get the feeling it doesn't, because the choice band is so restrictive that you'd think you get the best boost off of that, you know? When do you think you'll get the Fuecoco shiny? I think I'm gonna get it tonight, Caden. No doubt about it. Watch this crash my game or something ridiculous like that. No! Get out of my way, you kids. Is this making anyone dizzy yet? It's starting making me kind of dizzy. Cotton clown. Yes, I'll run over the children. Okay, good luck on the drive home. Shiny red, drive safe. Don't get road rage. Remember to leave enough space ahead of your car. Expert belt boost by 20%. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's 50% if you've got higher speed for the life orb? Oh, that's interesting. Why does it have to do with your speed? I would have never thought that has to do with your speed. So you could get up to 50% boost with the life orb, but then you still are going to lose your health. Interesting. That's good to know. I didn't want to do the deep dive on all the items. And I did change items on my Cinderace build about 3 times before I finally realized that I wanted to use the choice band. I just happened to scroll past the choice band. And I looked and I read the description on it. And I saw how expensive it was. And I was like, this must be a really powerful item. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so expensive. It's like 100,000 to buy one. And I was thinking, you know, it probably does the most damage, but I didn't bother to look it up. But yeah, I was thinking life orb, expert belt. And then I finally decided on the choice band. And I think I'm pretty happy with that decision. I think it turned out pretty good. But yeah, I did some raids with it. And it was a real good attacker. The poison type moves were doing great. The libero changes the type at the beginning of the battle. Yeah, it was really good. What's the percent of the Masuda method? I don't know the percent. I know it's 1 in 683 with no charm, and it's 1 in 512 with charm. I don't really know how to express that as a percentage. I mean, I know it's less than 1% for sure. It's like 0.2% or something. I don't think expressing it as a percentage really makes it easier to understand. I think 1 in 683 with no charm, 1 in 512 with charm. That's really your odds. I already hit Master and Rank Season 2 doubles and singles. Very first double battle, they conceded 1 turn after I got my Trick Room off. What? They were like, you already know it. They were like, I'm out. You already know. That's kind of messed up that they would just give up. But I guess when you know, you know. I really want a shiny Eevee. Yeah, they're hard to find in this game. Shiny hunting for it without the charm. I would really recommend to just spend your time getting the charm, honestly. I did a few shiny hunts pre-charm, and they're not bad. I mean, it's doable, especially if you have a mass outbreak. It's really doable. But I had a lot of fun getting my charm, because completing the Pokedex is fun. And then once I was done with it, you know, I got the charm and I'm getting shinies like crazy now. So yeah, I'd say spend your time on getting the charm, honestly. You finally got Sizor? Nice, Greninja. Good job. I ran into a light post just now. You guys see that? Apparently I'm getting meals delivered tomorrow, which is good because I'm down to my last meal. So they're lasting me pretty long. I keep getting these codes for free boxes of food from the meal service I'm using right now. If any of the members want a code, I'll send them to you. They just give me codes for free boxes of food to promote to other people. They'll probably make you sign up and they'll give you the free box and then you have to remember to cancel it. That's usually how these things work, but if any members want one of the codes, I'll send it over. It's free food, super good quality. You don't have to cook it. It's already pre-cooked. Just gotta heat it up. I keep trying to find people to give these codes to so I can get free food because they give me free food if anybody uses the code. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make you sign up with a credit card, and then you have to remember to cancel if you do want to cancel. I haven't talked to anybody who actually redeemed it yet to see what the process was like. I'm about 26 away from completing my decks. Nice, celebrate. Most are version exclusives. Remember, you can get most of the version exclusives from raids, so watch out in the Pokeportal raid system. You can get a pretty fair amount of them in there. Like I got Palafin in there, which is not a version exclusive, but you have to get online to get it, so. Excuse me, guys. I'm losing my voice over here. Whoa, Rotom, what are you doing in there? Rotom electric shock to my egg. You got the shiny charm yesterday? Nice. Cosmic cubing. Congratulations. You have 151 Pokemon in your Pokedex? It's like Kanto all over again. The only way to get a shiny charm is to complete the dex. Yeah, same as all the other Pokemon main series games. I don't know why it just threw my Pokemon. I think I misclicked the button. Trying to catch an Umbreon in Area 0. Found a shiny Dug Trio. Nice one. Celebrate. Congratulations. That's a cool one with the blue nose. Gotta love it. Yeah, you do have to complete the Pokedex to get your shiny charm, all 400 Pokemon. It's not that bad, but it will take you some serious time, so I recommend to work on it now. You know, like, don't put it off and put it off and put it off, because you'll never get it done. You really do have to put some work in. You know, like looking at the Pokedex, seeing what you're missing. If some of them are still question marks, you know, you might not even know what Pokemon that is, and then you got to go look up online and see, like, which Pokemon is this in my Pokedex that I'm missing by the number, you know. Trying to get shiny Eevee. Good luck. Good luck. You'll need it. Yeah, shiny Eevee's a fun one. If I get an Eevee outbreak, I'll definitely do it. But that makes me think now, do they even have Eevee outbreaks? Because I haven't seen one. I don't know. Do you guys know? Eevee outbreak? Is that possible? I'm sure it's out there because it spawns in the wild, right? And anything that spawns in the wild can outbreak. That's why the starters don't outbreak. Which is why Masuda method is the only way to get them. And can you believe, even after we get shiny Fuecoco, we still have to go and get shiny Sprigatito. So we're not done with our Masuda method yet. Not even close. I'm pretty sure my sandwich has expired. Let's see. Yep, sandwich has expired. That's why it's taking longer now. We'll have to go fix that. I forced an Eevee outbreak and got 9 shiny Eevees. Dude, that's awesome. Mario, nice. I see a Rufflet outbreak practically every other day. It does kind of depend on what area you're in. So maybe if you're hanging out in the same area multiple days in a row, that has something to do with it. Because it'll spawn different outbreaks depending on where you are physically located in the map. Yep, Azur's got all 3 starters shiny. Shiny living decks in this game would be hard because if you want all of the shiny starters, you're going to have to hatch 9 eggs. How can you check if your sandwich time is out? Just push right on the D-pad. Push right on the D-pad and it'll have your bonuses right here. I need to go find a spot that's outside of town and cook up another sandwich. Yeah, Rufflet and Flittle seem to be the most common outbreaks. That's true. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I wish it was possible to have a picnic in Area 0. I know. And then if you don't get the shiny on your first picnic, you gotta go back out and start over. Yeah. I found a Garchomp, definitely gonna get it. Yo, go and get it, Neo Beat. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Shout out to Starry Night. There's a really old Don McLean song called Starry Night. Really old song. Good one though. Very good poetry. Okay, let's hop outside of town real quick. I know Don McLean is peak. So true, so true. Most won't know, but if you know, you know. Yeah, really good song. It's an oldie but goodie. Although when you think about it, aren't all the oldies goodies? Okay, nice gold pick on this one. Let's see that shiny. This is the world's easiest sandwich and the world's most useful sandwich. Gives you egg power level 2, which you will use quite a bit if you're hatching eggs. Do you get Herba Mysticas from 6-star raid dens? You can also get them from 5-star raid dens. And I don't think that they're any more common in either one, but PokeGeek and Azure would know the best about that. PokeGeek and Azure, are the Herbas more common in 6 stars than 5 stars, or are they the same commonness? The Great Peanut Butter Sandwich, you guys will be making a lot of these if you're hatching a bunch of eggs. You know, I listened to Don McLean's Starry Night probably about 1,000,000 times throughout my childhood. And I'm telling you, I could sit with the lyrics right in front of me and read them and still not understand exactly what that song is about. It's such a riddle of a song. Excellent quality poetry. But yeah, it's such a riddle. I still don't fully understand what the song is about. Okay, what is this? Oh, traveling Pokemon Center. Okay, great. I only farm them in 6-star raids, but that's not because that's only because 6-star raids are easier to find. There's certain mons that give a higher chance to drop Herbas, but all 5 and 6 stars can drop it. Okay, good to know. Do you guys think they're more common in 6-star raids? Because I haven't noticed any correlation of them being more common or less common in 6-star raids. Sometimes I wonder why Z moves is not in X and Y. I mean, the way that I understand is that there's always some kind of like a Pokemon gimmick in each round of games. Like we had Gigantamax in Sword and Shield, and this game has Terrestrializing, and they brought back Mega Pokemon for Kanto. So from what I understand, the Z moves were just the gimmick from that particular generation, and I mean, they probably won't come back unless they do that generation again. But yeah, I don't know enough about it. I didn't play those games. You'd have to refer to one of the many Poke experts on the stream, because I know nothing about Z moves. I've never even seen a Z move. My friend and I had a hilarious realization moment when it came to certain Pokemon games. Oh, really? You had your come to Arceus moment, so to speak? Well, what was the great epiphany? What's my favorite Pokemon generation? Oh, come on. Easy. Everybody knows. It's too easy. Look at the Pokemon sitting on my chair and take a guess. I'm a true Cantonian through and through. Mewtwo may as well be Arceus in my book. I'm a Gen 1er. Always have been. Oh, you think I'm gonna beat you? I told you. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I got the shiny feeling all night tonight, but so far no shiny. Let's get through these eggs and see what happens. Greninja has praised Lord Bidoof. You mean Lord Squirtle? No luck on the cat. Well, good luck to you. I hope you get it. Alolan Raichu is your favorite Pokemon? That's a good choice for a favorite, honestly. If you had to choose one, like you had to choose, that's not a bad choice at all. Swinub King, welcome to the stream. Glad to see somebody's live right now. There you go, Kaziwazi. Hey, welcome to the stream, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I'm usually live at this time. This is my normal time. I start about 7 p.m. Central Time. I used to be in Pacific Time Zone, but I moved. So my stream is a little bit earlier now than I think it used to be. And I'd like to get it even earlier, but I can't get there consistently. So 7 p.m. is usually about the time, sometimes 7:30. Bidoof for life. It's all about that Squirtle squad. Oh, wait. Nope. What am I doing? Okay, what's hilarious to me is that you don't put egg on your egg sandwich in this game. Think about it. Think about it. Egg is one of the ingredients that you can put on your sandwiches. I'm making the most common Egg Power 2 sandwich, and the ingredient is banana and peanut butter, not eggs, for my egg sandwich. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Who thought that one up? Somebody could have thought a little bit harder about that. Eggs in the egg sandwich, anyone? It's too obvious. I remember the Pokemon episode where Meowth tried to eat Magikarp. Yeah, I think they frown on that now. They decided to stop making the Pokemon a source of protein. Although eating Chansey's eggs is okay, and drinking Milk Tank's milk is okay. But yeah, no carnivorism anymore amongst the Pokemon. I'm just glad they didn't decide to write out breeding from the story, because breeding gets a little awkward. And there's always awkward jokes about breeding. And I mean, of all the things that they could have got rid of as far as game mechanics go, Breeding makes 100% sense to get rid of it. But they left it. Obviously, it's a fan favorite feature. Hatching eggs is fun, of course. But yeah, they left it. And I'm glad. I don't want them to get rid of breeding. I'm good with breeding. It's a great shiny hunting method for Pokemon that don't spawn in the wild. Like the starters. But they could have got rid of it. Just like Pokecarnivorism. I know, your Ditto and Muk get along well together. Exactly. 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 I know, Crocolar advertising cereal puts a smile on my face. Yes, celebrate. I agree. All of the advertisements in the background are good. And I like how Sprigatito is the first evolution, and then Fuecoco has its second evolution, and then Quaxley has its third evolution in the ads. So it's like they actually put a little bit of thought into it. Cause like, why is it Quaxquavo? Could have been Quaxley, right? Romantic jazz music playing. I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, he went from a duck to a peacock. Exactly. Can somebody explain that one? Although I have to admit, I'm very satisfied with Quaquaval. Because I said for a long time, how is there not a peacock Pokemon? I did say that. People who watch will remember I did say that. I said two things. Why is there not a dolphin Pokemon? And why is there not a peacock Pokemon? A peacock already looks like a Pokemon. It makes no sense. So, yeah. They gave us a dolphin Pokemon. Not only that, they gave us two dolphin Pokemon. And a peacock Pokemon. A bipedal peacock Pokemon, I might add. Oh no, I swore if I heard the word bipedal one more time. And then I went and said it myself. If Jonno reads this, I'll put him on my TV. Alright, let me know how I sound on the TV then. You got yours back to back, Egg 287 and 288? Nice. Eggy, congratulations. I haven't got mine yet, but that doesn't mean we won't. Anyone find it funny how Tesserina considers Quaquaval her rival? Hey, shout out to Keyleth! Welcome to the stream, Keyleth. Good to have you. I did not know that Tesserina and Quaquaval were rivals, so no, I didn't know that. I think Psychic type would suit a Peacock Pokemon much better. Yeah, I don't know where they got water from, that's for sure. Should have been a flying type. I mean, Peacocks can fly. What's that dinosaur Pokemon? Or sorry, it's not. It's actually not a Pokemon. It should be a Pokemon. What's that dinosaur bird that lives in Australia? Oh, the cassowary. The cassowary, dude, that thing is a beast. Cassowary needs to be a Pokemon next. Mark my words, that needs to be the next one. If you guys have never seen a cassowary, there's a really good documentary on YouTube about them. It's basically the last living dinosaur. Like, these things are seriously so old. They've been on the planet for so long. But they don't fly. Crazy, huh? Oh, you have a sinus infection? No, Keyleth. Good luck. The only thing I can recommend with a sinus infection is try to blow it all out. Because every little bit that you blow out, I know this is gross, but every little bit that you blow out is, there's sickness in that, you know? So you're literally blowing out the sickness. It can be hard though. Also, another tip, I just had a sinus infection recently and it was pretty bad. But I got over it relatively quickly. It took me a few days to get over it. But also blow softly. Sometimes you try to blow like really hard. You know, you blow your nose, try to blow really hard and nothing comes out. But try blowing softly, really softly, long and slow. I promise that works. That sucks though. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's terrible. Oh, Chase Borg, you're playing Let's Go Eevee? Nice. I love how the world collectively agrees that cassowary looks like dinos. Yeah, I think that there's some fossil evidence that shows that they're like actually living dinosaurs. I forget how that all shakes out. But I mean, if you think about it, birds in general are basically living dinosaurs, although they've evolved to new species, obviously. Modern day birds. I don't think they find them in the fossil record. But the cassowary, I do believe, is like all the way up from its lineage, from like ancient history. It's like basically the same creature. It hasn't undergone like drastic changes like a lot of other species have. It's funny, I watched this whole documentary about it, but I still don't I still don't feel like I know that much about it. Maybe I should watch more cassowary documentaries. But yeah, the documentary that I watched was like the world's last living dinosaur. So that's, I mean, that's kind of where I got the idea from. Maybe it's not an actual dinosaur. I mean, obviously it's not, but I think it's like pretty close. Although if you want to get pretty close to a dinosaur, just look at a dang crocodile. Those things are insane. Hey, shout out to Lewis's Adventures. Lewis, I watched your community day video today. I enjoyed it. I especially liked the part where you did all the shiny catches and you counted them out. You were like, this is my 7th shiny. This one's my 8th shiny. That was cool. And I liked how you got all the footage of the shinies too, so I could watch them sparkle, because I haven't seen a shiny in Pokemon Go in ages. So that was the first time I've seen a shiny in Pokemon Go in a while now. Well, it's raining in Levincia. Trying to hunt a red lobster earlier? A lobster mobster? Oh, I tried to hunt the red lobster the other day. I didn't have any luck. I gotta go back on that one because I still want that shiny. Hunting the blue moth. Alright, good luck, them all. Wario. Chimeco Kid, that was random out of nowhere. It's a me, Wario. I'm gonna win. You guys remember Super Nintendo? Mario Kart? A few will remember. Wario was like a mid to heavy. Mario was like a mid, but Wario was like a mid to heavy. Kind of like Yoshi. And then like DK was a heavy. Oh yeah, Mario Kart 64 as well. Yeah, we played Mario Kart 64. We beat that game into the ground. We played it so much. My brother used to beat us so bad at every video game, I swear. He was like the best video game player of all time. He would beat us like to the point where we didn't even want to play anymore. He's the one who figured out on the Mario Kart levels like where you could jump over certain parts of the map and like skip sections. And that was before there was even like Tips and Tricks magazines and stuff like that. He figured out how to jump over walls, just like figured it out. He didn't even like, that was before the internet would just tell you how to do everything. But I swear, once he figured out how to jump over that wall, all we would do is try to jump over the wall. And then we would miss and mess up the race like so bad and still just be sitting there trying to jump over the wall while other people are passing on the next lap. If you lived it, you remember. And what's funny is on the N64 course, they made the same glitch in the same level to kind of pay tribute to the original. You guys remember, don't you? They had the same like wall jump spot in the same level in the N64 one. It was so good. It's like they knew what we were doing. They knew we were jumping over that wall. Man, they are not letting me have the shiny just yet. Come on, you shiny. I hope it doesn't take me 420 eggs to get the shiny Sprigatito, but it would be kind of perfect, honestly. Grass type and all. Well, we're down to my last page of eggs. How did gamers back in the day, with all the time and batteries on the Game Boys? Oh yeah, it was a whole thing. You had to have batteries. It was the same with my CD player. You just had to have batteries. Batteries was, I swear, it was like the never-ending story. It was like the one thing you always needed. People didn't even ask for cash for holidays back then. You just asked for batteries. Like, please let me get the like 50 pack of like Duracell batteries. And remember back when there used to be like multiple brands of batteries? like batteries was like the hottest, you know, industry you could get into. There was like all these off-brand batteries. Game Gear was the worst for batteries. Yeah, I never had a Game Gear, but my friend had one. And I would play it when he would let me at his house. Can I save you a Fuecoco? Sure, Amal. I mean, do you just want one right now? Imagine if you had to swap out the batteries on your cell phone. Whoa, did you see that? What? Mystery floating shopping bags. What? Yeah, imagine if you had to actually like change your batteries on your phone. Like we used to have to do on all our electronic devices. $5.65 for Score Bunny? Wow, I got so lucky on my Score Bunny. I got it after like 33 eggs. Oh, it actually saved my code. Nice. I know. Sorry, dude. I gotta change my phone batteries. I used to have swappable batteries on my Google phone. Way back in the day when I got the first, the G1, the original smartphone that competed with the iPhone when the iPhone first came out. And you could actually take out the battery and have a spare battery and then pop in a freshly charged battery without having to charge it. Now that was some serious convenience. However, I understand why they stopped doing that, because it was just, you know, it was just too much, whatever. To be able to open your phone and pull out the battery, all that. But there for a while, every phone that I owned, I would buy an extra battery, and then I would just have a fully charged battery on me. Now back in the day you had to do that because the battery life was so bad on those phones, and you couldn't just leave them on the charger all the time. All right, welcome back, Shiny Red. Rip to the Let's Go streams. I know we haven't done Let's Go stream in a while, although we did do for Porygon. We did one. That was pretty fun. Right now I'm eating pie. Well, congratulations, Caden. What kind of pie are you eating? I guess that is the next question, isn't it? Yo, Turtle Duck got shiny Eevee. Nice one. Yeah, enjoy them all. Take good care of Fuecoco. Keelan, you got the red lobster? Lucky. Well, congratulations to you. One down, 8 to go. Wow, you're gonna catch all of them? See, I would personally do what Azure did, and I am slowly doing what Azure did. I'm catching all the evolutions in the wild as their evolution, and so far it has been a blast. It has been so much fun. I got Vaporeon twice. I got Sylveon. I cannot wait to do Umbreon. But yeah, getting the 8 shiny Eevees now. Catching them evolved in the wild, yeah. You're gonna evolve one, Keyleth? Nice. I've actually been waiting for there to be a Pokemon game where you can actually get all of the evolutions in their evolved forms in the wild, and unfortunately it was too difficult to do it in Legends Arceus, so I just was like, whatever. Even though it's possible, you'd have to do it in space-time distortions, which I think everyone can agree would be miserable. And there's no actual method to get them to spawn, so you really can't hunt them. You just have to pray that you get lucky. Yeah, keeping an eye out for evolution outbreaks. Yeah, they're so good. They're so much fun. Dang. People getting in my way. Don't you see I got a huge dinosaur running around here with jetpacks on it? About to get run over, businessman. Just like that little kid. You got Shalfa Zorua? Nice, Keyleth. Dylan Pruitt just got a shiny sea turtle. Very nice. I haven't got that one yet. You actually got the comment shard from the gift? I still haven't redeemed all those gifts. They're so bad, I'm not even bothering. It's the same as the food item ones, although I did do the food item ones. Oh, did you guys see my poll on Twitter? I replied to a Cerebi tweet and said, do Pokemon players have the right to complain about how bad these rewards are? Yes or no? The voting results came in earlier today. It was actually pretty funny what people ended up voting. Yeah, I have max money and lots of stuff to sell, so skip the mystery gifts. Yeah, I don't even have max money, but they're so worthless, I skipped them anyway. Oh, is there you voted? Nice. I wasn't able to vote since it was my poll, and I thought that was kind of weak. It's like, what, my opinion doesn't count just because I made the poll? That was fun, though. It got a lot of votes. I only posted that because people complained so much in the comments on Cerebi's posts whenever there's a mystery code and the reward is not good. People complain so much. And then other people will take up the stand role and they'll like defend Nintendo and defend Game Freak and defend Pokemon, and they have like a million stand reasons why the rewards aren't bad and people shouldn't complain. So I decided to make the poll and see, like, rather than like reading the comments and just like reading people arguing about it, just see what like everybody says. To complain or not to complain about Pokemon? That is the question. I'm using mine to make money. I mean, there's literally no other use for them, so I would assume that's what you're using them for. We need Pokemon and clothes for code. Actually, somebody responded to my poll and they said they'd like to see rare Pokeballs given out, and I thought that was a pretty good idea. Like if they gave away Safari Balls, little packages of Safari Balls or something like that, that'd be pretty cool. I'd be really happy with that. I wonder when the DLC comes out. Yeah, that's a good question. It's a really good question. It's hard to say. I don't know. Is there any precedent? How long after launch did the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC come out? But yeah, a gift set of Pokeballs would make sense. Didn't they do that in Legends Arceus? I feel like the gifts in Legends Arceus were a little bit more useful. A little bit more purposeful. You got a jumbo mark on Stantler? Nice, Jack Frost. Heard it could come out in February. I'm like almost ready for it. I'm still having a lot of fun with the game, and there's not much they could add that would really blow me away. But I pretty much fully expect for there to be a legendary shiny hunting option in the DLC. Just like they've done in the past. I mean, if you're gonna charge extra money for something, it better be legendary shiny hunting. And the ability to catch a bunch of legendaries that were not obtainable before. Like Eternatus or the Zacian Zamazenta. That'd be cool to me. I'd be happy with that. I'd pay the money for it. I have to assume that at the point that they release DLC, they'll do some kind of a free update as well. In fact, maybe even sometime before the DLC, they'll do some kind of a free update to address bugs. Everybody's been talking about it, and they even apologized, which is rare, extremely rare for Game Freak or Pokemon Company, whatever you want to call them. So, yeah, I feel like the fact that they apologized publicly kind of indicates that they'll do some kind of bug fix update. But keep in mind, they already did do a bug fix update. Because remember, they fixed that music that played wrong at the end of the game and a couple other things. So that might be the best we can expect. And maybe they won't do any more bug fixes and the game just is the way it is. It's hard to say, only time will tell. But what they definitely won't do is a bunch of bug fixes in a paid DLC. Because then the people who don't buy the DLC won't get the bug fixes, and that would be massively unfair. So I would predict that they'll do bug fixes as a free patch at some point, and then DLC at some point after that, and everybody will get the bug fixes, or they won't do bug fixes at all and they'll go straight to the next DLC. But I don't know. I just don't know. I don't have a desk at Game Freak, so I don't know. Do. Levincia does have the most lit music. We might have to do our egg hunts here in Levincia, because the music is good. Okay, here comes the eggs. Let's see a shiny. You're praying there isn't DLC? Then what are they gonna do with that empty part of the map, Amal? What are they gonna do? I hope they don't lock DLC behind online premium plan. I don't even know what that means. Was Sword and Shield like that? Yesterday I beat Volo in Legends. Nice one, Neobeat. Congratulations. I can't wait for Home to drop. Yeah. Home will be nice just to be able to mass transfer, that's for sure. You guys, I think we're gonna get no shiny. It means you have to buy the expensive Nintendo Online package to play it. Sword and Shield didn't do that, but several games are now. I think I know what you mean. Kind of. Not really, since they didn't do it in Sword and Shield. Yo, Shiny Moth! Amal, congratulations. You should really try, like, actually, like, editing before you send your message, Amal. It really makes a big difference. Also, you should, like, take words out of your autocorrect that aren't actual words. That's probably a good idea, too. Because, like, it's autocorrecting to a word that is not even a word. I'm thinking Scarlet might be the better version. I actually think so, too. Yeah, the exclusives. Yeah, it's got Tyranitar. It's got the more interesting Pokemon, the Paradox Pokemon. Yeah, whenever I don't want my dictionary to predict a word, I just long touch that word and I tell it remove it from the dictionary. I have like a really good keyboard on my phone. It's called Swift Key. I absolutely love it. It predicts words accurately to the point where it predicts whole sentences, and I don't even have to type a single keystroke, and it just has the next word in the sentence for stuff that I type like semi-often, which you'd be surprised. Well, looks like I gotta get busy getting eggs again. That's a bummer. Oh, what a bummer. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up here. This was a good stream. No shiny tonight, unfortunately. I don't feel like doing an outbreak, and I don't have that much time left anyway, so. Shout out to APK. I cannot read your full name. Sorry. I don't think anybody can read your full name, actually. So, no, the answer is no. But shout out to you anyway. Alright, you guys, I'm out of here. This was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go and actually stockpile a whole bunch of eggs right now, so we're ready for tomorrow's stream. And I don't know, I guess I'll have to go get another 180 eggs and hatch them again tomorrow and see what happens, because we definitely did not get our shiny Fuecoco. Although I will say, using the egg power level 2 sandwich definitely increased the speed at which I'm hatching, and I'm able to hatch way more eggs during my live stream than I was on previous live streams when I wasn't using the sandwich. So we got through like 5.5 boxes tonight, and we had time for more actually. So yeah, I need to get at least 6 or 7 boxes of eggs to be ready for a full stream if I'm using the egg power. All right, good night everybody. I'll catch you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Shout out to the 65% of people who are playing Pokemon Violet and 35% playing Pokemon Scarlet. Shout out to you as well. All right, good night, everybody. Peace, you guys.